Well, welcome everyone. Great to see everybody. Another beautiful San Diego morning. So I would just like to open with a prayer treatment. And if you'd like, just get comfortable. Take a deep breath. And leave all your concerns outside. Just be here with me in this moment. Just know with me. There's only one power, one presence, one mind, one spirit, one life. And it has created me out of itself. I am one with it. There's never been any separation, and I know that this power, this mind, this creative force of the universe is for me. And I know that it supplies me with all the ideas that I need. I make wise decisions in my life. I have the right idea at the right time. And my life is creative. I know that I am intelligent. I am wise. I am creative. And I am loved. I know this is so. So I release my word knowing that this day and every day is a perfection of mind expressing itself through me, as me, and in me. I am one with it always. I am loved. So I release my word knowing it's acted upon and spoken. I release and let go. Thank you, God. I know it is so, and so it is. Tim.
Others say we are the vastness, that we are the sky, where the Holy Spirit forever flies. And there is a river, and the river of grace never lies. May this river of grace never run dry, never run dry. And I remember yesterday when I was young, I'd ride the ocean waves. Now those days are done. But there's a river of love, and it makes our spirits forever fly. Oh, may this river of love never run dry, never run dry. You know it's such a blessing just to be here now. You know every moment a sacred vow, and all the burdens we carry, let the river wash them goodbye. May this river, oh may this river never run dry, never run dry. You know our life of love is what we'll live on. And gone. But this river of love, you can't stop it even if you try. May the river of grace never run dry, never run dry. Oh yeah, yeah, oh, yeah.
Thank you so much. It is so great to have Tim Dismay back with us as our musician, and his wife Connie is here too. So welcome you. It feels like we're like getting back in the swing of things, of real in-person living. It's great. So I'm Reverend Kate, and I'm so happy to welcome everyone here today. We have a big day planned today, and we'll do the usual, and then we're going to have a class afterwards, so stay tuned for that. So let's begin at the beginning and recognize something special about this center, that this center is based on the knowledge that there is one great universal presence, and we call it Spirit. And so I'd like to invite Catalina up. To help me with this. Really, it's an exercise in centering. So in our service, we try to actually implement some spiritual practices, and so centering yourself is a spiritual practice. So join me in honoring the unifying nature of spiritual thought and experience as we light the flames of faith, symbolizing all people and all faiths. We light a candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light a candle for Hinduism, honoring the universal path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light a candle for Judaism, honoring an ethical path of living by sacred law. We light a candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths in the path of compassion. We light a candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. And we light a candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. And I would like to invite each of you to take a moment and recognize the light within that is always shining as we honor all forms of new thought, our metaphysical path of wholeness, oneness, and mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. So, thank you. So our statement of truth at this center is that there is a power for good in the universe and you can use it. And if you can't remember it, take home your program. It's right in there. And the mission of our center is to teach, demonstrate, and inspire a positive spiritual approach to living. And these are important. We have to keep reminding ourselves, what are we doing here on Sunday morning? This is what we're doing here. So if this is your first visit to our center, I want to extend a really warm welcome to you. Invite you to sign our guest book that's in the lobby, pick up a welcome packet, and stay for fellowship after the service. So you can get to know people, and feel free to ask any questions you would like. And also, if there's anyone who's not getting our weekly email, please sign up in the guest book again. Print your email so we can get it corrected. And oh yes, if you have a cell phone, could you check to make sure it's on silent mode right now while I give a couple of announcements. So first thing I want to make sure everyone knows, masks are welcome. If you want to hug someone, ask permission first. I think yesterday the county started a new program of trying to get people to wear masks more often. Well, it's still not mandatory, and everyone has different situations, so we can make our own individual decisions. And the next announcement is, I'm going to call Reverend Dr. Lori up. Can you make an announcement about the class?
Good morning, beautiful people. So this morning, oh hi, Reverend Maddie. So this morning we are going to start our 4-week Power of 8 class, and we are raising money to build a well in India in honor of our late founder, Dr. Jane Claypool, which is Kate's mother and our ministerial teacher. And so I invite you today, if you would like to attend the class. It's going to be powerful. We are going to create magic and miracles. So if you have a brown bag lunch, eat your lunch, and I'll meet you here at 11:30 in circle.
So I'm happy we do have enough people signed up, so we're going to have a good class. But if you did not get a chance to sign up and you want to join us, today is the first day, so you can do it still today. So next I just want to thank our volunteers, because volunteering is really love in action, and it's what makes this center operate. So I want to thank both Martha and Melissa for greeting today. I want to thank Harley for bringing the refreshments today. Yeah, okay, we clap for refreshments. Yeah. And I want to tell everyone these beautiful flowers, which are named Summer, were done by Pat Zagwin today. So thank you all so much, and if anyone else wants to volunteer, there's a sign-up sheet in the lobby. Okay, if you did get our email and read it, then you saw the pictures of our food drive, dropping the food off for North County Food Bank. So our little center managed to donate 141 pounds of food, and with the help of Jan, also another 30 pounds of dog food too, so that was all appreciated. And so it's a really good thing. And my last announcement for today is, don't forget to take your car with you when you go, because we do lock the parking lot. Although today we won't be locking it until about 1:30, because the class was 2 hours. But still, it's good to know. Now, if you could look in your programs and find the group reading. Let's read it together. God is all, both visible and invisible. One presence, one mind, one power is all. This one that is all is perfect love and perfect abundance. I am an individualized expression of God. I am ever one with this perfect life, perfect love, and perfect abundance. So everyone stand and we'll have our group song.
Spirit is around us like a rainbow around the sun. The Spirit is around us like a rainbow around the sun. Here we go. Oh, the Spirit is around us. The Spirit is around us. The Spirit is around us like a rainbow around the sun. We'll do that again. I think everybody can catch on to that pretty easy. Oh, the Spirit is around us like a rainbow around the sun. Oh, the Spirit is around us like a rainbow around the sun. Oh, the Spirit is around us. The Spirit is around us. The Spirit is around us like a rainbow around the sun. Okay, now love. Oh, love is around us like a rainbow around the sun. Oh, love is around us like a rainbow around the sun. Oh, love around us, love is around us, love is around us like a rainbow around the sun. Peace, peace is around us like a rainbow around the sun. Oh, peace is around us like a rainbow around the sun. Oh, peace is around us, peace is around us, peace is around us like a rainbow around the sun. Spirit, one more time. The Spirit is around us like a rainbow around the sun. I want to hear you. Yeah, the Spirit is around us like a rainbow around the sun. Oh, the Spirit is around us, the Spirit is around us, the Spirit is around us like a rainbow around the sun.
Very nice. Thank you. So here at our center, we do have a wonderful staff of ministers and practitioners who love to do spiritual mind treatments. And so our gift to you on Sundays is that we invite you to request a spiritual mind treatment or affirmative prayer. And you can do it by filling out a request form and putting it in the box in the lobby. If you want to put your phone number and your email and request a callback or an email treatment, that's great too. Not mandatory. Although it is good to know your name and what you would like us to treat for. Well, it does help. I don't know if it's necessary, but it helps. And the other thing you can do is during fellowship, if you would like to see one of us one-on-one during fellowship, that's possible. So those of you who are available today, can I just have you stand up? So we have Dr. Maddie and practitioner Larry, and we have practitioner Robert, and we have Dr. Lori, and Reverend Maurene and I, and we're all available after this service, so thank you. So now I'd like to invite Larry up to give us our inspirational reading. Let's give him a hand.
Well, unaccustomed as I is to, no. It's very interesting. A few weeks ago, I had a very challenging reading about a little engine that thought he could. And I had to wonder about that at first because I didn't know what the background of the sermon was going to be. But now, today, I have this reading from Ernest Holmes in the Science of Mind textbook. And this is all about the big engine in the sky in here, about not I could, but I can. Change my thinking, change my life. Man and women thinks and supposes that he lets go of those thoughts, that he is finished with them. But such is not the case, for thought becomes subjectified in the mind. Indeed, it is like a seed that is planted in the ground, and unless for some reason it is somewhat neutralized or inhibited to grow, it stays there, and it determines the attraction and the repulsion in the experience of the one that is doing the thinking. That's you and I. We all think, I think. There is a constant action on the subjective side of life, and it is the unconscious process that decides what is going to happen in the outer experience. Whatever we think, act, believe in, feel, visualize, vision, imagine, read, and talk about, in fact, all processes which affect or impress us at all are going into that subjective state. Let me read that again because I rushed through it, I know. Whatever we think, act, believe in, feel, visualize, vision, imagine, read, and talk about. In fact, all processes which affect or impress us at all are going into that subjective state of our thought, which is our individualized use of universal mind. Whatever goes into the subjective state of our thought tends to return again as some condition. So, we, and we alone, control our destiny.
I pray you'll be alright and watch us where we go and help us to be wise in those times when we don't know. Let this be our prayer when we lose our way. Lead us to a place and guide us with your grace to a place where we are safe. And I pray you'll find your light, and we'll hold it in our heart. And when the stars go out each night, you remember the light you are. Let this be our prayer. Fill our day. Lead us to a place, guide us with your grace. Give us faith so we'll be saved. As life be kind and watch us from above, and we hope each soul will find, well, another soul to love. Let this be our prayer, just like every child. Please to find a place, guide him with your grace, and give him faith so he'll be saved. He'll be saved.
Thank you, that was really beautiful. So now it gives me great pleasure to introduce Reverend Maurene. I know that she's worked up a little lesson for us all today, so please give her a warm welcome.
Thank you, Reverend Kate. I'm going to talk about this book, The Power of Decision. Good, an oldie but goodie. So, good morning. How is everybody?
Good morning.
Great, great. And, sounds a little loud. You sound too loud. Here, I'll move it down. How's that? A little better? Still heavy? Okay. So remember 2 weeks ago, little feedback. We talked. Let's clip it. How's that? Yes, finally. Okay. A couple weeks ago, I talked about a card I had gotten with this dog that's running down the hill, and its feet are in the air and its ears. And I said, have you been living your life like someone left the gate open? Yeah. So spirit is unlimited, so we are unlimited. Today, and all of this month, Reverend Kate and I are going to be talking about this power of decision by Raymond Charles Barker. And in August, we're going to be talking about another one of his books called Treat Yourself to Life. Now, you may not know Raymond Charles Barker, but he grew up. His family was in Unity. He became a Unity minister. He was ordained by Charles Fillmore. And that same summer, he went out to the coast, met Ernest, and the rest is history. But he started a church in New York called the First Church of Religious Science in Manhattan. And his students included Louise Hay and Stuart Grayson. And a couple of our congregation here used to go listen to him. So I love this book. The first paragraph says, the individual's ability to act unintelligently in a universe of intelligence is amazing. Unintelligence functioning in human consciousness produces wrong decisions. That's not our birthright. Mankind is able to think and to choose and decide, and every moment of our waking hours, you're making decisions. So don't turn your mind over to someone else. Don't go on autopilot based on past years' experiences. So just a little note, in August, I'm going to do a very short workshop, and we're going to take a decision that you're planning to make, and we're going to work through some of the tools that he has for us. But before I do that, talk about any more, I have a little joke, and let's hope this one goes over better than the last one. But there's a little girl sitting in church next to her mom, and she's listening to the sermon kind of go on and on. She becomes a little fidgety. She leans into her mom and she whispers and she says, if you're given them your money now, can we go? I hope you don't go. So Ralph Waldo Emerson said, once you make a decision, the universe conspires to make it happen. This can be positive or negative, so be careful what you decide on. Think about your decision making. And today, when I did the opening treatment, I was trying to talk about how we are a product of this intelligent mind. We are an outpicturing of it. We are the result of it. And ideas are here for the picking. So, decision making. So did you make a big decision in the last 2 years? Maybe in spite of or because of the pandemic? Did anybody buy a car? Get divorced? Get married? Get engaged? Anybody buy a new house? We moved twice. Well, that was a process of decision making. And that's the beauty of free will. We can make the darndest decisions we want. We can make any decision we want. We have choices. And remember, your conscious mind makes the decision, and your subconscious mind acts upon it. And just like Larry was saying, you know, it's kind of like you planted a seed, and that seed is in your subconscious. Maybe you planted that seed 5 years ago, and it's still out picturing something from 5 years ago. Maybe time to dig up some of those seeds. But some of the problems people have, they have a decision to make. They keep mulling it over in their mind. They do this thing, and they do it in business all the time. We call it analysis paralysis. Oh, I gotta look at this, I gotta think about it. All the time they're procrastinating. And procrastination is a recipe for failure. People worry, oh, if I make this decision, what if this happens, what if that happens? And we talked about that in our class on upping, you know, where I said you have to up it. You've got to think about the positive, rewrite the script. And some people, they start arguing, you know, oh, I'm too old to do that. Oh, I'm too young to do that. I'm too fat. Oh no, I'm too thin. Or, I'm too poor. Whatever. We argue and we get into this thinking paralysis instead of making a decision. There are also, I must admit, I have explored this one myself, complacency. Some of us, oh, I like to have my Starbucks at 10 in the morning, and then I like to do X, Y, and Z. I don't want anything in my life to change. I want it to be the same that it has always been. Well, the universe doesn't work that way. Everything changes. Every day is a new day. Every day is creative, and the universe is constantly creating. So it's important that you examine your own life. Don't use stale information, stale facts. And don't just think, oh, I don't want to rock the boat. I'm just going to leave my life the way it is. Well, the 2x4 is coming. What's a way, one way? There are a couple of ways. I'm going to tell you how you can change your decision-making process. One way is, it's an interesting thing. I've never seen it in any of the other literature. He talks about the law of elimination. Just say no. Just say no. He says the word no declared in mind eliminates all congestion. He says it is clear and direct to the point. The subconscious mind, having within it all subjective intelligence, proceeds to eliminate the idea, which is cause and effect, which is a problem. Remember, finished ideas are not creative. When you finish something, don't, rest on your laurels. Unfinished business is life. So get rid of the old, say, no, that's not part of my consciousness anymore. I'm not going to do it that way. So the law of elimination is similar to what we do in treatment. We'll talk about it next month. We have what's called denial. And denial is, we release a negative situation to wherever it came from, to the unknown. And we thank God that the problem has disappeared. So it's interesting, RCB, and Charles Barker, said most people hug their problems to their bosoms. They place the tentacles of worry and fear around the problems so it cannot go away. They give their whole attention to it. They rethink, they refeel, and now people that do the old cursing and rehearsing and nursing, the old victim, I'm a victim, I'm going to get the most out of it. He says these people glory in their martyrdom and believe themselves to be made virtuous because of their suffering. Life doesn't want you to suffer. Reject what you don't want. Just say no. Let go of that which has completed its course. Release the ideas that no longer have creative power. Just say, stop, stop. Have you ever done that with your mind? It's like a computer. No, stop, turn away from it. Reprogram. So indecision is, I can't make a decision. I gotta listen to somebody else. You want somebody else running your life, creating your reality? I don't think so. So, you know, every successful person is a success because they used ideas that arose out of their own mind. I mean, look at Einstein or Bohr. They made thought a lot. But Mother Teresa, Steve Jobs, you know, we have many examples of people, the Wright brothers, you know, they have ideas. These ideas came from their mind, which is the one mind. And they used those ideas. They weren't afraid to make decisions about those ideas. He says, every failure-motivated mind has been an indecisive mind. Asking friends, well, tell me, what should I do? You know, did you have a helicopter parent? You know, somebody who just hovered over you and told you what to do your whole life? Well, that parent is gone. It's your life. It's time for you to take the reins and create your reality. And whatever you want. I mean, the universe is like a candy shop. And remember, your answers are within. Important to go within. And he says the infinite mind can only give you an idea. It has nothing else to give you, to impart to you. But it's the beloved consciousness. And that's what you are. You are consciousness. If you need things, it gives you the ideas to cause the things to manifest for you. In you, through you, as you, the creative process seeks an outlet. You are created to think, feel, decide, and act upon decisions. Like Larry said, you symbolize the whole talk for me. So, what's another way you can align to intelligence? Look at the universe. Look at the universe. Do you remember Genesis? God said, let there be light, and there was light. There was light. Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters. So it was. Let the dry land appear. So it was. So it was, so it was, so it was. Okay? God even created these great sea monsters, which I love, and saw it was good, and blessed them, and so it was. So it was. There was no, well, what do you think I should do here? No. The universe makes a decision, and it happens. Declare, speak your word, and it unfolds. And mathematically, I don't know, some of you may be scientists or studied science, how beautiful the universe is. The cosmic order is a magnificent display of an infinite intelligence thinking mathematically. Unconditioned by time or space, the cosmos continues its successful action. And even all around us is the creative force at work. If you look at, you know, the fires that happened, well, even down here in San Diego, more than 10 years ago, the forests have come back, the trees have come back, everything comes back because it's this creative process. Humanity may be limited in our thinking, but the universe is not. Any creation of an infinite intelligence would have to be intelligent. We are an intelligent result of an infinite mind acting with purpose to express itself as intelligence in the universe of intelligence. Basically, we are intelligent. The universe is intelligent. That's our source. So don't doubt your smarts. You create your own life. And when Charles Barker said, we have been given the totality of mind for our use and for distribution of its ideas into form. That sounds like Troward. Troward said the same thing. He said, we're divine distributors. And that's what we are. We have this access to the mind, the one mind, and all these ideas, and we can distribute them. And that really is our calling. So why introduce worry, fear, hate, resentment, procrastination, listening to others? What are you doing? Are you existing rather than being. So Larry talked a little about, these things we set in motion. We have to be conscious. We have to look at decision making from a conscious standpoint and not just turn on what I call the cruise control. So I want you to say to yourself right now, I am pure intelligence. Always acting intelligently. Yes. That's how it is. So just remember, stupidity is only a misuse of intelligence in non-intelligent ways. Everyone is mind in action. And you don't have to manipulate material things and material events. We know that. We know that we control our experience through our ideas, through our mind. So remember, problems do not improve you. Time to set yourself free from patterns of unintelligence. All improvement is dependent upon seeing yourself as greater than you really are. See yourself greater. You are greater than you think you are. Let Spirit show you. He says old ideas have a hold on your subconscious mind. They're a habit. You can get rid of that. Just say no. The infinite is yours to explore. And what you have to do is decide to be uncomfortable. Because if you're doing something for the first time, you're uncomfortable. But allow that to happen and shake off the routine of comfort. Just be a new you. Emerge into a widened world of the unusual. Go to a different restaurant, eat something different. Buy some crazy clothes. Do something totally different. Just be unusually different. You were born of intelligence to soar the heights. You are a timeless, spaceless individualization of life. Every idea in your consciousness has possibilities that can be explored. Somebody said to me yesterday, well, I just have a very little idea. No idea is little. I mean, just think what these little ideas have done to create the world we live in. It says you live a larger life than what you're currently living. A perfect mind could not create out of itself anything but itself. You're a vital participant. God didn't make a mistake. I don't see any mistakes out here. No mistakes. Intelligence created you to live in these times because you're equipped to meet the challenge. And I'll tell you, it's been a challenging time. But the mind of God is a well that never runs dry. And I was thinking of you, a river. It never runs dry. All of its ideas are instantly available to you. Think of your mind as God's birthplace of God's intentions. So know yourself as God knows you. God loves you because God loves itself. So I challenge you this week, dream a bigger dream. Expect the unexpected. Thank you.
Thanks, Maurene. I can see clearly now where the rain is gone. I can see all the obstacles in my way. Gone all the dark clouds that had me blind. Gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Yeah, I well, the pain is gone by time. You know, all of those bad feelings have disappeared. And here is that rainbow we've all been praying for. Gonna be a bright sunshine day. Look all around, there's nothing but blue sky. Oh, look straight ahead, there's nothing but blue sky. I can see clearly now. I can see all the obstacles in my way. And here is that rainbow we've been praying for. We're gonna be bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. There's gonna be a bright, oh, sunshiny day.
Okay, it's time for your joke to take action, right? We're gonna do her joke about give the money and go home. Well, okay, we don't look at it that way. We look at it as a shared experience of prosperity. If we all give a little bit, it helps us stay open and grow. So I just know and invite you to know with me that there is enough, that this is a spiritual universe that is infinite in all ways, including infinite abundance. And so as we do make our contribution to support this center, let's know that we too are prospered, that we too are experiencing more and more abundance in our lives, that we are part of this growth process, that we're planting the seeds of prosperity that blossom forth in so many ways. I know it is so. I claim it on behalf of each and every person, and so it is.
So it is. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed. We are so blessed, we are so blessed, we are so grateful for all that we have. We are so blessed, we are so blessed, we are so grateful. We are so blessed.
Dr. Maddie, would you like to give our closing?
As we prepare to leave this wonderful service, we leave knowing that there is one infinite universe, and it is available to us by right of consciousness. There is one mind, and as we think into that one mind, we think into the mind of God with the mind of God. And it begins with our decision. The decision to participate in the infinite supply of spirit that is in, around, and through us for the asking. So right here, right now, on behalf of each one of us that suited up and showed up, I declare that whatever you're thinking and wishing for, it is done with the love and light of spirit. I claim it now. I receive it now. I am thankful for this center, for this wonderful message, and I leave knowing that it is done with the love and light of spirit in deep gratitude, and so it is.
So, on the back of your programs, you have the words to our closing song. So if you'd like to stand up, we'll sing a song, and then we'll adjourn to fellowship, and then at 11:30, our class will start.
Open your heart, let your love go free. Out over the ocean, right across the sea. Let it roll like a river, let it fly like a dove, till your heart remembers you can't stop love. Once you get started, watch what it does. It'll go full circle. You can't stop love. Open your heart, let your love go free. Out over the ocean, right across the sea. Let it flow like a river.